Hi, and welcome back to Washington Winegirl. Hello! I'm on location in my kitchen. Ta-da! And today we're going to talk about storing wine. But first, what am I drinking tonight? Because, you know, I can't do one of these without drinking a wine. Today, I am drinking the Wilridge Sangiovese 2013. I think you can kind of see that. Ooh, there. It's pretty good. It's around somewhere between a $20 and $30 bottle. Not too shabby. You can get this down at the Pike Market and Walla Walla if you happen to be out that way. I'm getting a lot of, as I looked it up, I was like, what am I tasting? I look up wines to see, like, try to, like, understand what I'm tasting and, like, try to make it easier for other people to understand what I'm tasting. So, what they say is in here is blue fruits and pepper, and they also said that it's gritty, and the only reason why I'm getting gritty is because there's some cork left over here, but blue fruit, like blueberries and plums and plums. Anyway, it's a delicious wine. It's reasonably priced if you consider $20-ish reasonable. I think it's not too bad for, you know, an evening or whenever. Moving on, the reason why I'm hanging out in my kitchen, I mean, I regularly hang out in my kitchen, but doesn't everybody? Is I've got to put another bottle, or I gotta kick one of these guys out, because I have a brand new fancy wine that has to kick one of these guys out. This is from Brown, where I went tonight. This is the William Bittner Brown. It's a 2013 red blend, and I'm not even going to tell you how much this bottle was, because no. You don't want to know. I joined the wine club thinking that every 3-4 months or so I'll get, you know, a couple bottles of the Malbec or the Merlot or, you know, occasional Cabernet and not get any, like, the super fancy ones. Well, on my first time out, I got a bottle of the fancy wine. Which is, let's just say that it's more than $30. Thus, it's gonna go into this wine fridge. So, wine fridges. Why have them? Why not just, like, stick it on a shelf and hope for the best? Well, these things keep your wine at a constant temperature all the time. And, let's see if I can zoom in here. Mine's dual zone. So my whites are down there at 56, and my reds are hanging out at 62. I could probably bump up the reds maybe a touch, but they're going to hang out just fine right there. So this keeps them at a constant temperature, because temperature fluctuations with wine affects their flavor. So if you've got fancy wine and you're starting to develop a collection of wine, it might be good to, like, look up on eBay or other various sellers, or even, like, Craigslist, and see if anyone's, like, you know, selling off a wine fridge. I got mine off of Craigslist for, like, $100, and it's fantastic. It's running well. It just hangs out here, and it provides, like, you know, counter space, because I got a really little kitchen, and every counter space helps. Anyway, so this fancy bottle, which I'm trying not to handle too much because it's just going to hang out in there for probably about a decade or so, he's going to move in there, and one of these guys is going to have to get kicked out because obviously I don't love that one enough. So, yeah, that's going to about wrap things up. I'm going to continue to drink my Wilridge, like I said, down at the Pike Market, or Walla Walla, if you happen to be out that way. This is a lovely Sangiovese, but they have other things you can have. They have a whole spread of different wines. Yeah. Wine fridge, storage, temperature differences. This takes care of them. And, you know, if, you know, your wines are just hanging out on the shelf, you know, they're fine. They're totally fine. You know, if you got some really fancy stuff and you want to keep it safe, maybe put it in a dark closet or somewhere that there's not a lot of temperature fluctuations, and keep it on its side, because if it's corked, that keeps the cork damp. I know some people don't like the M word, so we're not going to use the M word right now. But it keeps the cork damp, and it doesn't allow oxygen in, because oxygen is like the bane of wine. So keep your cork damp. If you have a lot of fancy wines and you want to keep them, like, make sure that they're safe. Invest in a wine fridge. If not, on their sides, on a shelf, not in the kitchen, because temperature. Yeah, that's gonna wrap things up. Enjoy your wine. Drink Washington wine.